Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, my name is Nola Michelle, and thank you for watching my video. I just want to say before we go any further, make sure you go ahead and smash that like button and hit that subscribe, and make sure you turn on all your notifications so you can get updated when I do post, because I will be more active now that the things that I'm about to discuss has calmed down. So let's go ahead and get right into this video. I know you guys have seen that I took a long pause from YouTube. I haven't really told anybody in the YouTube world. The only people that really know about this is my family. And I just wanted to inform you guys as to what's going on, because I know it's a lot of people out there that are suffering with the same thing that I am. And instead of talking about it and being real and open and honest about it, some people just hide, which is what I was kind of doing, but it was to the point where I really didn't want to show myself because of what I was dealing with. I kind of became really antisocial, just really wanted to be in the house all the time. But I had to do all that while still maintaining my household, which means that I was still working. I'm not totally self-sufficient yet, which means I'm not making 100% of my money online yet. So unfortunately, I still had to go to work dealing with the issues that I was dealing with. And that issue is eczema. I've suffered with eczema my entire life. When I was born, I'll give you a little history rundown. It's going to be quick, not super long. But when I was born, my mom showed me pictures of me. And she also told me stories about how I came out with a bunch of white stuff all over my body. And my skin was really dry and things like that. And pretty much since birth, I've suffered with eczema. It's been really manageable up until recently. And I would say recently as of August 2020, it kind of just got out of control. And I feel like it was due to a number of different factors, which I'm going to get into as well in this video. But it's always been little patches, like maybe in the corner of my arms or in the back of my legs, you know what I mean? Not really too many other places. Sometimes I would get it on my neck, but it wouldn't be as bad as in my arm folds or in the back of my knees. In August, beginning of August, I noticed that I had really, really bad allergies. My eyes were running like constantly all day. They would get a little bit puffy, and I just noticed that I was itching, like wanting to itch a lot more. And it started as that. From that, it went to pink eye, because I was always, going like this, trying to clear that water because my eyes were literally running. Then that formed into pink eye. After that, the pink eye didn't go away, which I thought it was just pink eye, but it ended up being an allergy reaction to the fires. Now, I've lived in California my entire life, but the fires this year in 2020 were the worst. The air quality in 2020 was the worst, and it did a number on me. I did not know I was allergic to that. But apparently, once the fire started, all of my problems started, and it kind of just went super down here from there. And it kind of put me in this weird place. I will insert a little bit of the videos that I was recording, but long story short, alright, so I got my little swig of pomegranate juice. It's 100% pomegranate juice, nothing added. I actually did. I switched over to the alkaline diet. So in the morning, I would start drinking fruit smoothies with some sea moss. So it's really overall just a really good thing to have. And my back was itching right now. I'm super itchy, but I was using that. I was also taking black seed oil, and then I started to take these Mother of Nature like multivitamins for women. So I'm taking that for maybe about 2 weeks straight, and I noticed that, man, like everywhere in my body is starting to become like darkened. It's started to become inflamed, and I've never had eczema on other parts of my body than, like I just explained, on the arm folds and on the back of my knees. So once it started to come kind of like on my neck, The back of my neck was itching, which I've never had eczema in the back of my neck, but the back of my neck was itching. My legs were itching really bad. My butt was itching. My back, literally my stomach, everything was itchy. And my feet. So after that, I was just kind of like, man, let me check and see, maybe it's something that I'm eating or that I'm consuming recently that is making me feel like this. So I ended up checking the vitamins. It contained something that I was allergic to. Now it's not something that will kill me, but it's just something that gives me discomfort. So I found out that that was in the actual vitamins that I have been taking faithfully for the past 2.5 weeks. So after that, I stopped taking those. My lips turned black. My eyes were super puffy. It felt like it took almost a month for me to get rid of the allergy pink eye. I was literally taking Claritins and Benadryls, just all kind of stuff. And I did go to the doctor for this a few times, maybe 3 times during that month, just to kind of get the proper diagnosis and to make sure that I was doing the things that I needed to, because I was not seeing the results that I wanted to see. So after that, I stopped taking all supplements, because I'm like, maybe it's something that I'm just introducing to my body that's having this reaction. So I just literally cut off all the supplements, and I went straight to eating leafy greens, and that is the only thing that I eat. I only eat Brussels sprouts and kale and carrots. Those are pretty much the only things that I eat. I eat that maybe twice a day. Since I'm working, it's a little bit harder to cook fresh foods and have that with me throughout the day. When I'm going for like a 12-hour drive or a 10-hour drive, it's a little bit harder. So at certain points I would... Oh, I'm missing something. Before this, right after I stopped taking the supplements, in order to get onto the alkaline diet, I literally went cold turkey and ate only fruits and vegetables for 10 days straight. Now, with this cold turkey alkaline diet, which is supposed to really just flush your system like that, you can only either have raw vegetables or steamed vegetables with no salt, and then a list of fruits that they give you on the alkaline diet, the Dr. Sebi diet. And I was just doing that for 10 days straight. Now, it's hard because I have a sweet tooth and I like to eat things. I love crab legs. I love Jersey Mike's. I love Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is my favorite. I was literally eating that like 4 times a week. And I just like to eat out. Like, that was my thing. I love to eat out. I was spending most of my money on eating out. But after that, I went to the leafy green diet, and I've been on that ever since. So this started in August. That's the only thing I've been eating, and I feel like, as you can see, the skin on my face is clearing up. After that, I went to the doctor again because I'm like, my eczema is getting really bad. My skin is really dry. I'm waking up in the morning, and my whole body's just so dry that I have to... it was almost painful. So I would have to take a warm shower, and then literally lather myself in Vaseline. Well, no, not Vaseline. At this point, my doctor had told me to use a thing called baby rash cream, which is like a combination of vitamin A and vitamin C in this thick like petroleum. So it is kind of like Vaseline, but they add vitamin A and vitamin C. And by that time, whatever happened to my body had already set in. It was already full-fledged, and I started to look up things on the internet because at this point I'm becoming relentless and finding something to help me soothe what was going on. So I noticed that I had a little dry patch on the side of my hand, and it was on my right hand. It started on my right hand. I noticed that I had a little dry patch coming, and it was a little rougher than the rest of my hand, but it wasn't anything like that looked different or that was too concerning. So I didn't really trip off of it. I kept going, thinking, okay, cool, you know, it's nothing, blah, blah, blah. Maybe I'm just dry. Continuing to put in the vitamin C, continuing to put the vitamin A. And one day I kind of like look up and I'm noticing that I also have a dry patch on my left. Now, at this point, maybe about a week or 2 later, I noticed that the one on my right hand has started to become a little bit darker, like browner. I wouldn't say black, but a little bit browner. From that point, it literally just felt like I woke up the next day and there were so many things going on with my hands. I really did not know what it was. It scared me the way it looked. And this is the first for me because I've never had any type of eczema or any problems with my hands before, or my feet. So this really scared me. And I know there is a lot of people out there that is probably going to do the same thing and they don't know what it is and they're looking for answers. Let me actually look it up because it was called, I'll put it in this video. I'll put it like right here or something. What it's actually called, the type of eczema that comes on your hands and your feet after a while. And it just totally scared me. It also made me want to be more secluded. It made me not want to go out. It made me not want to hang out with people because I was so self-conscious of what was going on with my hands. I really didn't want to go in public. But I'm just going to show you guys what my hands look like now. This has been on my hands for maybe 2 weeks. It was a lot worse before. I didn't get any pictures or videos of this because I thought it was something that was just going to go away. But it seems like it's taking a little bit longer than I want to go away. And as of 4 days ago, I want to say 4 days ago, I've been taking activated charcoal capsules. And I also bought some cotton gloves so that I can moisturize, really like deeply moisturize my hands. And I've noticed a tremendous change in what's going on in not only my hands, but my feet. So I'm going to go ahead and show you my hands. So this is where it all started. It was a dry patch right here. Now, as you can see, it is a little red. It is a little raw. Now, this is the inside of my hand. And as you can see, it kind of goes all around my hand. It's on this side. I don't know if you guys can see that. Hopefully you can. And then you see the palm of my hand is a bit darker in places. It's red here, things like that. Now these folds right here are super dry. They've been like crusting off and pretty much like my skin has been peeling. I also had a little bit on the back of my hands. Let me see. The folds are really dry. You can see it's like a little lighter in the middle, and that's because it's peeling. I also have some dry patches right here on the side of my thumb. It's in the middle of my creases, as you can see. Not too bad on that one. And then I'll show you my left hand. The back side is not really too bad. I did burn myself right there, so don't mind that. But you can see like these little bumps on my hands, these little things. This is a dry patch as well. You can see it here, you can see it there. You guys can see that, hopefully you can. And then it's also dry on the side, and like I said, you can see a little bit more on this one. It's a little bit more red. And then as you can see, there's like a patch right here that's super dry and crusty. And this is like the worst part of everything. It's also in the palm of my hand on this one. And this actually became like kind of like blisters, I guess. And I'm not sure if it was due to me wearing gloves that were like sealing in and kind of making me sweat a bit, but it was really really blistery. And then you can see on this one too the discoloration, and it's kind of crispy, like not crispy, but rough right here. And it's also peeling. So before I had started to see that the peeling was going on, and you can see it kind of on this one, it's kind of peeling off. You see, you see the skin is kind of like peeling off right here. It's lifting up. in here too. But I've been really like subconscious about it, and I really been like, you know, I don't want to show anybody. I just want to like disappear and not be on YouTube and not really be posting, because a lot of the things that I was doing was involving my hands. And not only that, it's just something as a female, you don't want to be like, hey, blah, blah, and then your hands look ugly like this. You know what I mean? So it really does mess with you a little bit, but I have dealt with eczema my entire life, so I feel like the way my mindset is already set up is made to just push through that little barrier, you know. So long story short, my brother was telling me, you know, just go ahead and document your story, go ahead and put that out there, because there's a lot of other people that are looking for some answers just like you are, which is true, because I have been on YouTube looking for this, and there isn't a lot of people of color that is doing this. It's more of different races and things like that, but their skin is different from our skin. And as you can see, I'm like itching. I try to catch myself when I itch and tell myself stop, because you know that only further inflames it. So sometimes you'll see me itching throughout this video. I'm trying to stop, but it definitely is an overwhelming sensation of itch, you know. But anyways, I just wanted to share my journey with you guys as far as my eczema journey. And like I said, I personally feel like everything started to go wrong with my eczema, and for everything started to get worse once the fire started. It also could be due to a number of other things, like this hand soap that I was using. And when you grow up in the hood, you don't really differentiate hand soap versus dishwashing liquid. Dishwashing liquid is hand soap, so you use that, it's the same thing, you know what I mean? So I have been using dishwashing liquid as a soap, and I shouldn't have done that knowing what I know now. But at the time, I wasn't thinking, you know what I mean? Because I grew up using that. So it wasn't like it was something so out of the norm. It was like, oh my God, you know, you're using dishwashing liquid. You know, it wasn't super bad. It was kind of something that I've always used in my house. And yeah, sometimes we did get hand soap, but it's like when the hand soap runs out, use dishwashing liquid until we go get more. You know what I mean? So that was just something that I've learned as a kid and have taken into my adult life. But now that I'm getting more self-conscious and just being more self-aware of what I'm doing and how my body feels and how it's reacting to things and what I'm actually putting in it, I do pay attention a lot more to things. And I've noticed that when I do wash my hands with that, it makes me so itchy and so dry. And I believe that because I am a OCD type of person, I wash my hands maybe 25, 30 times a day. And I'm constantly washing my hands. Even if I don't really do anything, if I like touch a pot, I'll go wash my hands. You know what I mean? Like if I pick up some shoes and straighten them out, I'll wash my hands. I wash my hands for everything. So I feel like the overuse of water and dishwashing liquid was also a factor in my hands being so broken out, because my feet is not like this, and I'll include photos of my feet as well. But my feet don't look as bad as my hands. It's only in a little part of my foot, and it's on the top part. It's not the bottom. It's only on the top, and it's just like a small portion, almost like a quarter size on each foot, that I have like a little bit of eczema. But that also has been clearing up, because when everything was going on with the fires back in August, we're now in November, but back in August, it was super dark, it was super risen, and it had spread out. But now it can kind of, you know, shrunk, and it's now maybe like a quarter size on each of my feet. I'm very interested in hearing you guys' stories. If you guys also suffer with eczema or atopic dermatitis or dystrophia dermatitis, I believe that's how you say it. That's what I have on my hands and my feet. That's when the eczema appears on your hands and your feet. It gives you blisters. It has a certain look to it. They're almost like, I think they describe them as circular, like dime-shaped something. Dime-shaped dryness or something like that. But it just describes the way it looks, and they're kind of like little circles, little browner circles that are on your hands that you'll kind of see, you know, like this. So you guys can see it's more of a circular pattern. I think it was more on one of these. Let me see. So it's kind of going away in certain parts, so it's really hard to kind of find it. Okay, there is some on this finger. I wish my camera will focus. Focus. Well, I'll insert pictures because my camera's not vibing with me today, but I am very interested in hearing you guys' stories. So go ahead and hit up that comment box. Let me know when yours started. I was watching this other video the other day on I think it's called dystrophia. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I'll put it up there again. I was watching videos on that, and this lady was actually very informative. But once again, like I said, she was not African American, so it was really hard to kind of take her story and what she did for herself and kind of use it for me. And it's hard also when you're not seeing people that look like you tell this story. So I kind of want to be that voice, and I want to take you guys through my journey on my recovery from this. No, there is no cure for eczema. No, there's not a pill that you can take and eczema goes away. The only thing you can do with eczema is manage and treat it. You can minimize your flare-ups or stop the flares before they happen, but you actually have to get to that point, and it is a lot of work. And it takes a lot of a toll on your mental as well as your physical, definitely. As you can see, when I was showing you my hands, it is a little cracked, it is a little red in certain parts, it is a little raw in certain parts. So it definitely is not pretty, but I'm very determined to get through this journey and to find out what exactly is the allergy that I'm allergic to. If it's something that I'm touching daily, is it something in the air? Is it something that I can personally control? So I do want to take you guys on my journey and kind of just be transparent and honest on what I'm going through, what I actually do get diagnosed with. So tomorrow I'm actually going to my regular physician to get a referral to a doctor, and I prefer to get a referral to an African American doctor, but it doesn't always work that way. But I am going to actively ask for an African American doctor to be my dermatologist, because like I said, if you're African American, you most likely know how to deal with African American skin. If something that works for, example, a Caucasian will not work for an African American. Why? Because our skin thickness is different, our skin textures are different, and then I'm melanated and they're not. So it's definitely two different things. You cannot compare. It's not a tomato thing. It's literally like a tomato and an apple. Totally different, not the same. So I want to be that person that you guys can go and click on that video and kind of find answers for. I did personal research on my own, and that's what I diagnosed myself with, but I have not been diagnosed by a dermatologist yet. And the last time I went to my regular physician, my hands were not like this. I went for what was going on with my body, like I said, because I was taking those capsules and it had something that I was allergic to in there. So I have yet to show my physician this, but I will be going tomorrow to actually get a referral to a dermatologist, to a dermatologist, so that we can actually pinpoint what's going on, whether I need an allergy test. I would prefer to take an allergy test, but I'm just going to keep an open mind and see what they are talking about. But I will take you guys on my journey, and I'll take you through the diagnosis, through the treatment, everything, just so you guys can see personally what I'm going through, and maybe what I'm going through can help you. Maybe it can encourage you to actually seek help. Maybe it can encourage you to actually speak to people about it, or to not feel so self-conscious about it, because I've literally like missed parties. I've canceled lunch dates, brunch days, because I'm just like, I don't feel cute. Imagine me going to pick up a wine glass, you know, and my hands are looking like this. It's like, no, what are you doing? So I'm just like, I don't even want to do that. So I'd rather just fix what I have going on and reschedule those things so that I can accommodate my personal life. But I guess that's going to be it for this video. Like I said before, make sure you guys drop your eczema stories or psoriasis stories in the comments below. I would like to know when you started suffering with eczema, if you got treatment, whether you're scared, or just your personal journey through it. I would definitely love to hear it, because I know I'm not the only one. And when I was watching her video of the other woman that was doing the video about the eczema on the hands and the feet, she did give a lot of tips as far as managing it, because hers was managed and she had a proper diagnosis. And I was going through the comments, and there was a lot of people saying, you know, this happened to me this year, or it started last month, and I would really like my hands and my feet back. You know, I don't feel the same. People are saying that, you know, it's something that recently happened to them. And it seems like everybody kind of, well, not everybody, but everybody who I seen in those comments on her video, their issue had kind of started later this year. So I just really would like to figure out what it is, what I can do about it, and I will keep you guys posted and updated. But that is basically the reason why I have been so absent on social media, not just YouTube, but social media. I haven't really been posting on my Instagram. I haven't really been posting on Twitter, like anything. I haven't been active, and this is the main reason why. The second reason why is because I'm trying to, like I told you in the beginning of this video, I'm trying to get myself to be 100% self-sufficient. I do not want to work a 9-to-5 in 2021. I would like to be able to make my money all online and not have to physically go do labor for work. I'm just really getting tired of that. I know I am young. I'm only 24, but I feel like this day and age, especially living in California and the amount of rent and bills that I have to pay, it's almost like you have to work in order to survive. And it's not working to live. I'm working to survive. You know what I mean? I can see if I was bored at home, you know, and wanted to go get a job to do something in my spare time. But I'm also making money doing other things. So this job is not the end all be all. If I get fired or if I quit or anything, this is not going to be the end of my money coming in. You know what I mean? So I kind of want to get to that point where I can do things at leisure. You know, maybe when I'm like 30, I'll be like, oh, I want to go get a job here. You know, I'm bored. You know what I mean? That's where I want to be in life. I want to be set up. There's a lot of things that I want to do. There's a big move that I have coming soon. So I hope you guys are staying tuned with me to that. I will be moving out of California with my brother. So we will have a few moving vlogs. We will have a few apartment tours. We will have all that coming to you. How to move with pets, how to travel with pets, just all types of lifestyle videos and vlogs. So that will be coming soon. So if you would like to see more content like that, also hit my comment box and make sure you guys thumbs up this video and subscribe. You know, I'm trying to get to that 1,000 subscriber, and I also need a lot of watch time. So go ahead and make sure you watch this whole video, and I have a bunch of other videos down below that you guys can go ahead and check out, just to get a little bit more of a feel for me if you are new to my channel. And if not, welcome back, and I'm glad to still be talking to you guys, and that you guys are still tuned in. It means a lot to me. So bye.